Hey, what is up guys, it's Emenalus, and welcome back to Noben 90. Last time, we got our protagonist shared all the way to level 70, and we were blessed with a bunch of these quests that will grant us some easy levels. However, our focus here will not be on leveling right off the bat. In fact, there is a reason why I'm actually not in Darken right now, but I'm situated in St. Morning. Some of you may remember this crystal, something we got from the Iblis Garden way back when we were questing in St. Morning. There's a reason why I have kept this all this time, and the reason is that there is more to the Iblis Dungeon than we were led to believe. Now that we are level 70, it is actually a pretty good time for us to go revisit that place, as we can gain access to the final boss and actually give him a fair fight. Or actually her. So what I wanted to do here as a spin-off is I want to introduce you to the Iblis Dungeon as a whole and how to actually access it a little bit more further than just doing all the quests. Right at the bat, I'm just gonna grab myself already enough food. I don't think I'll be needing 1,000, but I don't want to be running out because the thing I'm talking about here is a boss fight that we can go to once we get everything needed to enter that boss. Before we go though, I actually already forgot that I should have used my presents earlier, and I'm gonna do that now. Looking here, we can get ourselves some amps. I'm gonna do just that. We're gonna redeem both of these, get 4 amps. We still have 80 boxes, and I guess those boxes will be used to get myself maybe Christmas cookies. Or should I get upcut stones? You know, the Christmas cookies are very good. And we will be getting upcut stones through other means in the future. But this is not the case with the Christmas cookies. So I think I'm gonna redeem these, even though it is a little bit unseemly. And I think the rest we're gonna use on more of these lovely Scrolls of Velocity, which we can get a couple of. And now we have run out of Santas, or Christmas presents. The event ended on the 4th of January, at least that's when it was dated at. So there are no longer Thief Santas we can kill, and this is all we got. But even then, this is like a very big haul. We got so many consumables and so many amps. Amps were like the bottom line we were looking for, so this works just fine. Can I stack these? No? Of course, this is just my luck, man. Alright, I guess what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put these other amps here, put these here, because we're gonna be getting the other amps over here that stack with these a lot along the way, while these ones are gonna be pretty unique just to this event, so I think it's likely for us to exhaust this pile a bit faster. That being said, let me actually do a little bit of a check, like what consumables we can get, because any consumables that could help us on our endeavor would be nice. Did I just really get 30 blue pills? Oh well. Not too interested about that, but thank you anyways. Town Blinkwings can just go away though. Won't care about those. Oh, more pills. Nice. Well, you know what? I think I'll get the blue pills. I might actually need these. On top of that, I might also want to take myself some of the more expensive food or more precious food. It seems that I'm pretty good on gratin at the minute, so I'll grab those. And you know what? I'll also grab the seafood pizza, in case I actually run out for some reason or another. What I want to also grab with me, I definitely want to grab myself some defensive items in case I'm gonna need them, because the fight I'm talking about is not going to be easy. The thing I'm about to face or consider facing is actually something of a boss, not just a giant. So unless I'm fully prepared for this, I might be meeting my untimely death. So I'll take anything I can to improve my chances of survival. I'll also grab one of these just to make my trip a bit faster. And maybe one of these in case I die. So yeah, this might be a little bit overboard in terms of preparation, but just in case this happens to be very difficult, I want to have everything possible. And with all of these items that we have at tow here, we can get a lot of power if needed. But yeah, let's use this Blink with Madrigal and head over to the Iblis Temple here. And also already use the Scroll of Blessing in case I happen to die here. So a little bit of a background check for those who are not aware. The thing about Iblis Dungeon is that it actually has these 3 gems you can collect. They are held by different giants you can find across the dungeon, and Iblis Guardian is only one of them and the weakest one of them. We gotta find some other giants holding something similar in their hands, and we want to get all of those 3 in order for us to gain access to the boss that will be found somewhere in the dungeon. We don't need to go for Iblis Guardian, but just for reference here, I'm actually gonna go around a bit and show you around like what happens if you go beyond just the area where the Iblis Guardian is. This dungeon is very large, and it's actually a pretty big maze, so unless you really know your way around here, you can actually get really lost here. I'm not saying that I remember the pattern completely, like I know my way around this dungeon as well as I used to anymore, but I'm pretty sure that once I'm going around here, I'll remember where I'm going, and eventually end up where we need to go. Okay, Iblis Poisoners, that's already a good design. So, as you can see here, these are a lot tougher than Crashes already are. Crashes were level 45, these are level 50. And these are actually an iconic enemy that one of the bosses you can find in the dungeon actually is surrounded by. So beyond just the Iblis Guardian, you can find another boss here that is called the Iblis Quaker. At least, as long as they didn't rename it. So yeah, I think I'm on the same... Yep, there we go. Yeah, Iblis Wrecker. So this thing is also fire, which is pretty bad for us, but let's not that get in the way of us. I think it would be better if I actually had myself some water weaponry for this, but I'm not gonna get myself water weaponry just specifically for this reason. But again, this is a pretty easy giant for us to kill. We are 15 levels above after all. I'm a bit uncertain whether I'm actually gonna get myself the ruby at this level gap, but I'm pretty sure I should be able to. After all, we're talking about a necessary ingredient for us to face the boss of this dungeon, Iblis Lians. Actually, on that note, is there any parties I could join? Maybe. There's this one. That sounds pretty nice. Okay, I'm gonna join that, or at least try joining that after I'm done with this. There we go. Did we get the gem? Yeah, we did. Okay, so that's the second ruby. Ruby of Anger. So we have Ruby of Joy, Ruby of Anger, and the last thing we're gonna need from this Kree-monk kind of creature, I think it wasn't Destroyer, but Ruby of Sorrow, and we have all the rubies to the altar, as the description shows. But let's join this party and hope they're gonna accept me. Hey, are you fine with the solo player? Because I can really use the buffs right now, like Jesus Christ. And well, if anything, I'd at least would appreciate the damage. Alright, this is the point where it gets a bit difficult if you're not already in a second job. This place is swarming with these black Odems that are level 63. So obviously, if you were like on your first job, this would be a very difficult adversity to go through. And even though they are 7 levels below me, they hit me pretty hard. If I was on level, I might be taking some heavy damage here, but gladly we are already well equipped for this. And this is where we'll be able to find our last opponent, the Iblis Destroyer. Assuming that was it. Something of those lines anyway. Nice, so we can actually stay here, a pretty good luck there. And we're actually now on par with the enemies we're facing, and actually we happen to be the right element. Damn. So these things are already at level 70, a little bit dangerous, as you can imagine. But we're gonna be having the most struggles with the next one we're gonna have to face, which is the so-called Destroyer. He should be somewhere around here. Ah, there he is. Mutualizer, right, that makes sense. Let's try to face this one, although I'm a little bit scared that there's like this water everywhere. And that can be a bit dangerous for me. It has the same abilities as a normal giant Greymon would have. So if you faced one of these before, you should definitely be able to know what the patterns are. But this will be the longest fight we'll have to go through because this is the toughest one. But once we're done with this, we should be granted the Ruby of Sorrow, which should give us access to the final encounter in this dungeon. And hopefully, we're gonna actually succeed. I must say a little bit nervous. It has been on my mind for a while, but actually like coming to this part and trying to face the Iblis Lians at the end, I've actually been a little bit dreading like how this episode is gonna go. Like, when do I want to do it? Do I really want to do this at 70? Is this something that is unnecessary? But looking into the time we've been putting into this now, it's not like that big of a sidestep on this series. And I feel like for those who actually want to come here and face off against this creature, to spread the awareness that also this thing exists, by the way. And actually, Iblis Lians does give some pretty interesting weapons if they are of your interest. But they are a pretty minor weapon because they are usually pretty much overlooked because they are not their same unique weapons that you can see most of the time, Historic Guardians. But they are a weapon that have their own place and should not be disregarded, even though they are not that popular. And in fact, if we actually do find ourselves one of the weapons that this place drops, we can actually sell that for a pretty high price, depending on if it's a class that can make use of that kind of a weapon. Namely, you can find some Iblis weapons from the Iblis Lians, and these are particularly known for having extra skill damage, which in the case of AoE players usually, or other casters, will likely be one of the strongest weapons you can have, even like toppling the Guardians, maybe even Historics, depending on what the weapon selection you have is. But yeah, now we just go back over to the main path that was like behind the Black Odems, and here we can find this very peculiar looking altar thing. I actually knew my way around this dungeon still pretty well. I'm actually surprised. So we just clear our way here and try to interact with the altar that's back there. Gee, I'm kind of scared though. Like, if this happens to be like a very, very strong boss and I'm just gonna get one shot, that's gonna be very sad. Maybe I should actually already prepare to use my consumables here, just in case. Alright, the path is cleared over here. We got all these 3 rubies, not this one. This one is not included. And let's see if we can do this. Dungeon. Okay, so there is a difficulty meter here, apparently. So we can go for a higher difficulty if you can beat the first one. This wasn't the case before. Iblis Lians was always just a very solid boss with very default drop rates and default stats. But this doesn't seem to change the fact that the dungeon is still for max level 75 and the boss is level 70. Well, we can only enter the easy difficulty for now, so let's go see if Iblis Lians in this difficulty is okay. Right. I didn't lose my buffs, that's good. Some dungeons make you lose your buffs, but I guess I was just lucky on this one. This is considered to be more of a minor one, so they are just not gonna be that remorseless to you. Especially when I am not having any buffers with me. Alright, so for this one, I want to see the damage that Iblis Lians does first. I might be risking it might one-shot me, but if it does, then we would have never had a chance in the first place, even with consumables, because the enrage and crit would just get me eventually. But I'm gonna already prepare for this, so I'm gonna move my skills a bit behind. Gonna put my Berserk on 4, and put my special food on my number 2. Alright, let's see. There it is. Alright, so actually it is not that strong on easy mode, but it can go up to like 1,000,000 HP, I think, on the harder difficulties, so we'll see how this is gonna go. Oh yeah, this is like very basic Giant Mage Prankster buffs or skills, so I already know my way around these. It's also Wind Elemental, which is not something we're strong against, but nothing we cannot handle. So very fine. Seems like at least the regular difficulty is not that hard at hitting, but I will definitely need my Grats in very soon. Because remember, I think this thing will enrage too, so that will do extra damage in just a bit. Yep, there we go. Definitely need this stuff. Okay, it already healed up. It already healed up. So that boss fight is taking me only like a minute. It's only been a minute, and it's already almost dead. And there we go. We got our first kill. Sadly, we did not get anything special that this thing could drop, but we got a nice looking axe, which is completely useless anyway, because it is not a special one. Where is the exit for this dungeon? You know, there wasn't an exit in the past either, I think. But I was expecting them to do a new entrance now that we are in Flyff universe. Yeah, nah, it seems that I am not on the lucky side of this one. Alright, so I have an idea. Since it only took me 80 minutes, like literally I recorded this and I did this all in 80 minutes. I think we could maybe start getting the quest thing, get us to level 71, which is still a maximum drop rate if we get there, and maybe come here again and try on normal difficulty. We can just get new rubies and just retry it, and hopefully we'll be able to still defeat Iblis Lians in that state. But I'm really wondering, can I really solo that? Maybe with consumes, but if like Iblis Lians on easy difficulty was that bad, then I'm pretty sure that the normal difficulty is gonna be pretty intolerable without any boosters. But right, that was a little bit of a taste test there for Iblis Lians. I hope that was very useful for those who are curious about Iblis Dungeon. Very quick to get the resources for and just like run again. But definitely not an easy boss, depending on where you're coming from. And I think, of course, you'll want to be able to defeat the hardest difficulty possible if you want to get the best drops. And maybe there we would actually have a decent chance of getting ourselves something nice, but currently, not too lucky. Maybe we'll get something on the normal difficulty. So, where should we get started? I think I'm gonna start with Long Wings. Yeah, I'm gonna get started with Long Wings, and then I'm gonna go meet up with Riodos and Dr. S on the way. We're gonna do all this by just flying in this general direction, which is very convenient. My expectations is that even despite this little bit of a bonus round with Iblis Lians with the Iblis Dungeon, I think we should still be able to get to 72, 73 on this episode. Like, all of these quests that we can see here right now will pretty easily get us to level 72, and with a little bit of grinding, we'll get to 73, and at 73, I know there are some more quests that we can do, and should get us even more levels, or at least EXP. That quest, though, requires a little bit of giants hunting, or violet hunting, actually, so we'll have to do a little bit of searching for that one. Did I actually save all my symbols of shade when I was killing violets earlier? I hope I did, because I'm gonna need those symbols of shade if I want to finish the quest line. If nothing else, we'll just have to kill a few more violets. Right, so Long Wings, there we go. It's all these albino ones. Everything that is white has to be destroyed. It's not like these flying monsters are all that special. They're pretty easy to kill, but it's a very nice bonus to leveling when you get this quest every once in a while. Killing creatures while flying, though, is always such a pain in the ass. Like, I don't mean to say that, like, it's generally bad. Like, it used to be a lot worse back in the earlier days of Flyff. But me having a poor board, having to, like, chase these things around, spending my good time getting to them, and this also not giving that much XP, These are like a horrible thing to grind, man. Like, these don't really have any other value than just doing the quests. I don't think anyone would go as far as just actually hunt these for leveling. Right, so that's that done. Let's go see Dr. Actually, let's go see Riodos first. He seems to be a little bit closer. But we're gonna go directly for Dr. S after. The Clockworks questline here that is held here by Dr. S is actually something that will require us to go across continents a lot. So that one is going to require a lot of traveling. We might do that when we conveniently happen to go in the same direction. But for the most part, only the beginning and the ending quest of this questline are gonna give us EXP. And the ending quest is gonna be pretty damn tough, so I'm a little bit nervous whether Noben is actually gonna survive that. Not to say that Noben doesn't have abilities, but I'm just gonna say clean clocks is a pain in the ass. Especially when you cannot drag it out of its cage, otherwise it resets. And when it has giant abilities, it's kinda like, how are you supposed to feel about that? You're just like in a very enclosed space and you have to deal with all these abilities that the giant is doing. Like, why did they not just take abilities off of clocks? They literally just copied the skills off of Shuhama giant and just didn't like consider at all like, wait, that's gonna also affect clocks. And that's gonna be a pain in the ass to kill. Oh, right, we got actually some free upgrading scrolls. Well, these are gonna come in handy, especially to cheap pros. If you remember what we have talked about last time. That being said, I need to actually consider piercing this suit at some point. I'm not gonna do the piercing here because I've actually had a lot of thoughts like I wanna like do some more investing and a lot of other proceeds. Like there's another thing I want to show you guys at some point, but I first need to get myself pick up bet and I'm gonna save every single penny I can for that. Alright, so the quest with the entering the Decain mine is pretty simple. All we gotta do is go talk to Rankashu, we get the entrance card for Decain mine. It is not something that we'll have to worry about for now. We just grab the car and we're just gonna come back to it later. Oh. Hello, Volt. Maybe I should kill it. I mean, I'm still gonna need one of those symbols of shade from you. A little bit tough to kill, but we can manage. Although I'd really appreciate it if you didn't hit me so hard. I don't even want to know how hard you're gonna hit when you're enraged. Which is now, ow! Okay, it's healed now. Good. It's about to enrage soon. Prepare for that. Maybe now. Yep, now. Oh no. Got it. Easy. We get anything nice? Any good scrolls? No. But we got a symbol of shade, which is what I came after, so that's pretty nice. We could have done this when we got the quest where we have to get a quest item from these things, which we cannot loot at any other point. But I feel like somebody's gonna kill it anyway, so might as well just deal with it now. Right, let me just go to Dr. S, and then it's gonna tell me to go all the way in the same morning, and that's not fun. And then I'm just not gonna care about that for the time being. As you can see here, we're gonna get only a mod book too, which is a part of this quest line, but we won't be getting any XP, and that's gonna be the case for the next couple of quests. So, unless I get to the point where I actually have to go to same morning, I'm not gonna do that. Now, just for the efficiency's sake, I'm gonna go do this hungry Dwarpets now. We're gonna get the Celiaca fillets and Green Monk jellies, and we can then, like, have 2 reasons to go talk to Rankashu, because we don't need the card anyway, so I'm really not, like, bothered to do it as soon as possible. Like, this quest doesn't really give any EXP, it's just the entrance card. Should just really give us the automatic access to the dungeon as soon as we hit level 70, honestly. But maybe that's in case somebody actually de-leveled along the way and we're not 70 anymore. Maybe having an item would be the safety measure for that. Ah, Celiacas. It's lovely to see you guys again. Doesn't even take 6 hits to kill you anymore. Now it's 5. And since we're gonna get to level 71 pretty easily, we have to be careful about the questing here so we don't, like, go overboard. We don't want to hit 72, otherwise the Iblis lians that we can meet in the Iblis Dungeon is gonna get us reduced drops. So we want to stay on top of things for a while. Maybe get us like close to 72, but not quite there. And I think at that point we've already like been doing something for an hour, which would make it possible for us to re-enter the dungeon, I believe. I don't know if there is a daily entrance system going on, or there's like a big like cooldown, but I don't know what it is, if there is any. So I'm just gonna go give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, then that's fine. I might even just cut the whole thing. Since at 72, we're getting 80% drop rate. At 74, we're getting 60%, and so on. So not worth boggling our heads over. We only got 2 fillets so far? I've been grinding this for like a couple minutes. Man, for an item that is like a quest item drop, this is like a very bad drop chance. Well, at least a run of Celiaca still give me decent XP, although 0.04, that's very little. Are you telling me that if boosts give me like 50% extra XP, they are only gonna give me like 0.06? My XP gains really drop a lot when I hit level 70. Because if I remember correctly, I got about 0.08 before. So if I got 0.06 now, that's a pretty big drop in XP. Grinding past 70 is not gonna be fun. Or, well, it is gonna be fun in its own way, but it's certainly gonna be a lot slower. Glad I have all my apps for that. Right, we can actually get War Remnants free from here as well. For the Great Clockworks quest. There's a multiple spots you can get War Remnants from, and this is one of them. Might as well, you know, cycle through this, grab this every once in a while I'm hunting Celiacus. Can't just multitask more quests. Because that's something I just happen to be very good at. There we go, one more. Oh, well, that was convenient. Right, let me just grab the card and just move on. Right, so now we have to move on to Green Monks. I think I'm just gonna keep the small ones, though. I'm not exactly a fan of the captain system, I remember why. And normal Green Monks just suck. Oh gosh, the drop rate on these things is equally as bad, too. I already hunted quite a bunch of these, and they're just not dropping anything. This is gonna be a longer quest than expected. Maybe hunting small Green Monks actually increases the drop rate a lot. I hunted like a bunch of these. Well, now I got my first jelly. And the drop rates on these are even more horrible, I think. Hope the last one drops soon. Oh, there it is. Well, nice. We're done. Already got a bunch of items I can just bring home. Very nice. Right, let me just grab another War Remnant. Yoink. Thank you. And let's go talk to Rankashu. And after that, I think I might just go directly back to Darkened City to turn in the quest for Longwings. And after that, I think I might be pretty close to level 71. Yeah, I'm gonna be at 97%. It's only been 40 minutes. And I, again, spent like 20 minutes in the Iblis Dungeon, or Iblis Dungeon. Oh man, questing is always a piece of its own, let me tell you. Alright, hello Rankashu. Let me just turn this quest in. What is this? Oh, you want me to go kill some boos? Well, damn. I'd love to. And what I gotta do here is I gotta go in quest in progress and select enter the Decain mine, and that's when I'll get the chat with Rankashu. And now that I go talk with Cell, I'll just get myself the mine entrance card. That's gonna be it. That's the end of the quest line. I think the quest line continues later, but that's only at like level 80, so nothing for us to be concerned about for now. I don't know if it's like the same as the quest line from Rionan, because this is like part of the Rionan quest line to go to Decain mine too. Or if it's like the other questline that starts at 85. But it still has some relevance, for sure. There we go. We got the card. But never mind that. We don't care about the card. We're just gonna forget about it. And in fact, you can just destroy this thing. I mean, it's kind of funny, but even if I drop this card, destroy it, you will still be able to access the dungeon just fine. This is like supposed to be like some sort of an object of reminder that you have this thing. Or you can do this, but once you have it once, you don't have to have it again. One of my friends told me about it at some point. It was very hilarious to find out. I was like so flabbergasted. Had like 5 different items, key items in the Decain mines, and he just told me to drop it all because I wouldn't need them. And I was so skeptical at first, but I mean, I knew I could trust him, so I did it, but I was still truly shocked to find out that indeed works. If that's gonna be the case, then why not just remove those items in the first place? Yeah, so we're gonna use the mine entrance card here to click this little monitor or terminal, and we can enter the dungeon here. This is only a place we should go to only past level 80, so we have nothing to do here now. But if you just remove this card, we should be able to just enter the dungeon even without it. Yeah, see. We don't need the card. As soon as you get it, just drop it. You're gonna save yourself an inventory slot. Right, talking about inventory slots, another thing that came to my mind. Let me actually go first back to Darkened City. But there's another thing that I think I should tell you guys now. If you are already past your 70s, there's a very easy way for you to get some free inventory slots if you haven't realized it already. If you go to your achievements, which is over here, pressing U, you can go down here and find yourself the level achievement. And as you can see here, there are some inventory space rewards you're gonna have for reaching certain levels. I think this is like 60, 70, 80, so on. And we can already get ourselves a couple inventory slots with this. There we go. 2 free slots. Go grab it if you're already 60. And every 10 levels, go check there again. I'm grabbing that. Oh my god, that's cheap. Always the shopper, it seems. Never stop, never stop. Let me just put that in the bank along with the rest. Wait, I'm so close to leveling. Like, come on, man. 99%. Okay, I'm gonna level up at boost. So let's just go back there. Okay. Thanks for keeping me for a while though. So they're gonna kick me out because they need a pair, sadly. I guess I'll find another party to be in. Only pairs. Only fans. Okay, there's no party right now recruiting that is accepting of solos. And even though it could be a party that just like has been bought and the current leader doesn't care about that stuff, I don't want to risk it. I don't want to be just an inconvenience and just like assume that I don't know how to read. Right. This is gonna only be literally like 5 kills and we're gonna be level 71. Questing is only but a fleeting moment. And very soon we're gonna be like 71 and a half. Alright, Boost. How much does it take for me to kill you? Let me just switch my elements first. 100 XP? Yeah, 0.06. I counted that pretty well. Gee, you guys give me so little XP now. But you guys are nothing near what you used to be for me. You guys are just dirt in the water for me now. And well, gotta do even more damage when I get to level 71, so be prepared for that. Ooh, red egg. Okay, so this is another current event that's running. I don't know if this is gonna be still current when I'm uploading this video. But currently, at least, when I'm doing this, there's this event where you can get these eggs. And there is a list that you can find in Flyff Universe Discord about what these eggs contain. And what you can do here is you can double-click this. And you can either choose to open this and get the rewards listed. Or you can try your luck and upgrade this to get another reward. Now, I'm not gonna be opening these eggs just yet. I'm not much in need of these. But maybe later, if I got the spare money, I will actually do that. Since these actually give pretty nice value items if you're lucky enough. Like, I did this with my character that I was streaming with last week. So what I noticed is that if you upgrade it a couple times and make it a yellow egg, you can already get low amps, upcut stones, and flasks. And if you get it to tier 5 or tier 4... Yeah, if you get it to tier 4, you can already get yourself, like... It wasn't normal amps. But it was some other nice consumables, you should definitely check it out. So, grind these guys while you still can, because the items you can get from this are much higher value than what the eggs make you understand. If you're lucky enough, just a few 100,000, you can get yourself a couple of cut stones and amps. It is chance-based though, so it is a hit or miss, but I think for a little bit of penny, it's worth it. As long as you don't have a reason to start, like, saving every single penny you have. Which in my case makes me kind of, like, uncertain whether I want to do it now. This I need to really save up for my pickup pet. The boo petals don't have as bad of a drop rate as the fillets and jelly had, but it takes me quite a few kills to get all the petals. But well, little effort for the XP gains we get from this. It's already a bit reduced, but we're still getting like 20%. I just hate the moment when I have to wait until level 80 before I can like continue the questline again. And that sadly is a lot quicker than I'd like it to be. Alright, that's the petals. Nice. So, I guess all we gotta do really is just go back to Riodos. Nothing much else we can do here. But it was very nice seeing you boo boys after a while though. I've already been missing you. Missing ripping you into shreds. I'm also keep my chat open in case somebody's like selling F-coins very cheap. Because the current amount of money that I have is pretty close to what F-coins are going for right now. So if I find somebody that's still selling like at a fairly cheap ratio or like is selling in general, I might as well just ask them. Because in the best case scenario, I might have the money necessary to buy from them and finally get myself the pickup pets. What pickup pets are actually on rotation right now? Oh, the baby E-Bat Lavwolf. Oh, these are actually very nice pets. Luya, Lavwolf, E-Bat. Oh, these are awesome. That's some pretty good luck, honestly. Like, these are pretty popular pets overall. And pretty cute, honestly. Most aren't too cute. But these are actually, like, you know, acceptable. We're already down to 25%. We're just gonna go get myself a couple more war eminence and also turn into Riodos. I think this is like one of the last quests we can do before the level 80 barrier comes in. So this is another location we can find a remnant from behind here in the carrier bombs. We can just like stay here and farm this as well, but I'm gonna be flying over the spot with Suliagas again anyway, so might as well just grab that one. Not wait. Well, never mind. It's just right there. Now that we are at this point though, now that we are gonna be running towards other continents anyway, probably gonna soon turn this into Rionen, I might as well just do the Clockworks questline so I can like challenge clocks. And hopefully do it without dying and getting the XP. But aside from that, we won't be having any more quests on the 73. But I think we're gonna have a good time to go revisit Iblis Lians, hopefully. Although I have to be careful. Again, if it's gonna get me to level 72, then I have to like pass on that. There you are, Riodos. What you got for me, boy? Oh, right, I have to go kill some carrier bombs. Oh, yeah, that's so much fun. Well, at least we should not be struggling with this too much. Even though we don't have air elemental weapons, that doesn't change a damn thing. We're still gonna turn these carrier bombs into shreds. And well, the bonus bomb timers are gonna be nice because we're gonna need those at level 73. That being said, we can turn boo poison to 72. Leveling is gonna be pretty quick, honestly. Even despite everything that I said. Why do we have to kill so many? And why normal carrier bombs? These things are running away. I feel like my melee ass is being mistreated. And I hate you for that game. Alright, if I also just like go close enough, then they're just gonna, you know, stay on melee range. Like, you kinda just like run in. Or otherwise they're just gonna, you know, start running away. But if I actually run inside them and then attack them, then that's different. Like, look. We're just gonna do on this one. Yeah, he's not running away. But if I just click this and just like stay at max range, he's gonna start running away. Or well, it would if I wasn't absolutely just destroying it. But yeah, that's gonna save me a lot of time. Right, now we're done with you, assholes. Now we can move on to the actual easy ones. Oh god, it's the big bomb. Do you like mind if I just come and pick up your friends here real quick? Don't mean to be insulting to your brethren, but some random ass fox creature thing dude wanted me to kill these, so if you're just gonna let me handle this in peace, I'm just gonna leave you alone in just a couple minutes. Oh god, it actually saw me, Oh Jesus, oh Jesus, oh Jesus, oh Jesus. Leave me alone, please, leave me alone. Ooh, that would be deadly if I actually was on ground. I love how flying just makes you automatically immune to everything that is on ground. Blasts don't have any effect if you're even 1 centimeter off the air. Oh no. I wasn't paying attention at that point. That was a very easy death to avoid, but gladly I had to scroll up. I might need to use another one now though, god damn it. Well, that's actually something where the red eggs come in handy. I just remembered that the other thing that you can get with these eggs is actually Scrolls of Blessing. Now, what tier was it actually? According to the list, it was on tier 4. Yeah, that's a bit difficult to get. There are the amps too, though. Don't lose your guard, even though you're full of hot air when you don't have to deal with the giant anymore. You're still a fragile little dude, with an area point in survivability. Right, now that that's done, let's go back to Rankashu, not Riodos. And I think we're gonna be getting pretty damn close to 72. Do we have a party yet? Smarty party? Oh. Hey, you mind a solo? Doesn't seem like it. There's a lot of random level 28 to 51s here. You mind a solo player? Yes. Does that mean that it's okay? So I'm good to stay? Because you have to say no at that point, because no means that, yeah, I don't mind, so you can just stay. It's fine. Alright, thanks. Right, turn that into Rankashu. And now we have no quest. Right, yeah, this is what happened. So Rankashu is the one that gives the quest next, but that's gonna require you to be level 80. Gosh, that's such a pain in the ass. Well, way to go back to Saint City now. Let's go talk to Dr. Estern. And let's see, what time is it? It's been 1 hour and 5 minutes. So if Iblis Lian says 1 hour cooldown, then now would be a good time to go, actually. And since we happen to be the same morning anyway, then perfect. Okay, let me just grab myself the other blessing scroll because I wasted my first one. Oh god, I feel so bad about that. And let's go give Iblis Lian's hopefully another spin. Alright, there we go. Now let's use another one of these, playing with some Madrigal, I guess. Where does it take me? I can just go to Heal of Shade. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna go to Dr. Estern first, and then I'm gonna go to the Iblis Dungeon. Ah, what a bummer. I was really looking forward to giving a second face off with the Iblis Lians with my current consumables, but I guess that means that that opportunity is gonna be bypassed. Unless I'm gonna come here at like 72, 73, but I don't think that's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna keep the crystals for now though, in case I come to my second thoughts. Since even at 73, that means that I'm still getting 80% drop rate. Which is not too bad, but it is still a very relevant decrease. Because me facing at 71 or 73 doesn't make any like real difference with damage. Oh wait. There's a new theme in Larry's? Oh, they have made some changes, alright. I don't know if this is like supposed to be just Christmas or if they actually just changed like the Flary's overworld theme. I mean, I like it, but man, I don't understand what one of my community members said about the song in Flary's being different. I guess I just never went outside Flary and I never realized that they meant the field theme. I hope that people that are here for nostalgia are not too bothered by that. Right, so this is the spot where we can get some war scars at the peak turtles. So if the war scar doesn't like spawn here quickly, you can just switch channels and hope to find one there. And once you got 5, you just go back to Dr. Esley and Flary's. Very easy. Alright, it seems that this thing spawns fast enough, so we can just wait this one out. Which we have something relevant to do while waiting though. Not much we can do currently when we're just, you know, level 31 at a level 8 zone. We're just sitting ducks out here, standing out like a twig. Alright, that's done. Let's go to Dr. Esley, just over to the north. If you remember the Mars Dungeon quest line, where we had to collect all those copper keys, kill Zerosuriel, and yada yada yada. Same guy, same guy. Alright, what's the next quest we have to do? Yep, killing clocks. And we get enough EXP to get to level 72, alright. But clocks. Alright. Now we get to show in practice why I hate this boss fight. Right, I got my blessing scroll already ready for this. I had all this figured out from the beginning. I was meaning to waste my blessing scroll on clocks all along. So clocks is a pretty close by boss, you can see. It's actually right over here at the back of Darken Tree. Or at the back of Darken. But yeah, that's the close space you have to fight that thing in. Like here. Oh god, it's not even rendered yet. So graphics. How long do you want to take? You want to take 1 second, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 hours? Okay, my weapon's rendered. There we go. Alright now, clocks. I'm gonna try to beat you in the pulp, but I don't promise anything. See, this is what I mean. Ooh, I barely fit in there. You aren't even speeding up even though I haven't even run away. You are rigged, man. You are rigged. Now I need to get ready to actually run away from this. Oh god. Oh no. Okay, actually survived that, surprisingly. Man, I could run away a lot easier if you were just not in the way. If you were not in just such a bad position. See? Literally the whole fighting area gets filled by that attack. Well, glad we had the scroll for this. Well, that was my last one. Is it low HP? It's a low HP. Maybe we have a chance. But God's sake, you better not mess me up, man. Okay, please, 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 die, 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 die. Oh, never again. Glad I don't have to do that with this character again. Now imagine trying to play a ranged character on that one. Literally losing all your range advantage. At least we get to turn this in and get us gracefully to level 72. A couple of inventory slots. Nice. And then we can turn in all the boo poisons. Get out of myself another 23% XP once I get all my boo poison. Now I've got quite a bit. Don't look here, guys. I found myself a lot like very cheap. Gotta try to resell that at some point. Grab all those and we get another 23%. But now we are just stuck. There's no quests, no nothing. We are already back to square one. You would wish the quest would last long. But alas, that is not the case with this game. I was thinking that I could have like done some of the piercing now, but then again I just remembered that piercing is very expensive. So I should not do that right now. I should leave that for a future me, where I'm not just, you know, desperate for a pickup pet. And for the time being, I guess I'm just gonna save up. Right, let's put all that in except the bomb timers. And I guess we should go back to boos. Or kill some hoppers for pre-wings. Who's actually getting a little bit lackluster at this point. They are just like 2 levels away. Yeah, I should not stay there anymore. What we could do though is we could either go for Mush Boy or we can just try and see if we can find a good spot for hoppers. Hoppers would be definitely the best idea at my current level. But since, as we all know, my situation with this is pretty bad. Small hoppers are bad loot-wise. Hoppers run away and captains are just in a very bad amounts. Basically, there is no good encounter with these. But Mush Boy, on the other hand, are very good. But then again, they are a very popular farming spot. I think we can find a lot of bots there and even players. So who knows? I'm a little bit nervous about this. Should I try then opening these red eggs? I think I'm gonna try upgrading these and getting myself maybe some potions. If I get like 1 yellow egg, that would be nice. Nope, all of them just failed. I had much better luck with my acrobat, but this is just a meme. Alright, here is the practical sense of it. So we got a lot of small hoppers here, like a lot. We can see a pretty good pack of them. And we can just follow along the roads and find a lot of them. Very good, very efficient. I think we get some decent XP here too. 0.06 against these guys, not too bad. We can go to 0.07 if we face some captains. But even then, like, the hoppers have like these routes that are kind of situational. Like, sometimes they're good, but sometimes they're exhausted. I might have to do a lot of relocation. And if it comes down to like finding captains, then the captains are gonna be just a pain in the ass to deal with, since they only have like these key locations and even they are just like very far and few. But it's a pretty popular FS spot or AoE spot. But well, if I had one desire, it would be nice if there was actually some sort of a good spot for captains as well. Oh, look at that. That's a very nice stream of small hoppers. Blocked by a giant, but we can go around the giant, I hope. Please don't notice me. No, 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 no. No, no. No, no. No, no. I was never here. I was never here. You saw nothing. Maybe I'm actually gonna go this way. Gonna clean up that place first. Then I'm gonna come back this way. I think these things will respawn by then. And then I will go towards the direction where Captain should be at. But yeah, we're doing pretty solid damage against these things. Like, they're the same element as boos were. So not that much of a difference. And since we only have like 3 level gap, then my damage is still pretty solid. Well, my elements are gonna change drastically when I get to 75. I'm gonna have myself electric, but I'm gonna have another element there as well. Not gonna be sticking to wind anymore. But well, that's still 3 levels, and at that point, hoppers are gonna be a trivial enemy for me to kill, so that won't get in the way too much. Fighting hoppers until 75 though, not too bad of an idea. Like, if you don't mind the bad drop rate of pre-wings, this is a very good spot to be at, like, at 70. I would like pre-wings because they are so valuable, but I guess that's the reason why they are valuable. Captains don't have a good spot, so people don't prefer that. And because there is a very big popularity for water monsters, because there's like just so many water enemies around. So most people will not actually up themselves to fight earth elemental enemies. So it could be like the case of meta and popularity why hoppers are not so farmed. But also because they are a pretty inconvenient enemy to fight. And mind you, spawn for hoppers used to be much worse back in the day. Like, they amped their spawn rates here. But now, like, they buffed them to be sort of tolerable. So imagine, like, how they were back then. But yeah, now we've got a full cycle. We're already back at the beginning. So I think I'm gonna take another detour and just go through this path over here. And take the path that we saw the other route of hoppers at. As long as the AoE doesn't get in the way too much. Would be nice if my EXP gains were staying intact. And yeah, I know I could be using my amps now, but because I'm still, like, doing my little showcase here, I'm just not gonna do that just yet. I haven't decided on a grind spot quite yet. I kind of want to compare if hoppers or moosh boy are better for me. Moosh boy are a little bit of a low blow, but I think the amount of EXP they would give me would make it a lot more tolerable to do. Oh yeah, this guy's going that way, so I guess I'm gonna take this route. And I don't know, this thing's actually hurt me a lot less than Captain Boost did. Like, Captain Boost did about 1100 at 4 level difference, or 5 level difference. These only do like just about under 1,000 a 3 level difference. I think the Captain Boost wouldn't like change that much in just 2 levels. So I think boosts are actually a little bit worse with damage wise. But then again, their damage was never a problem to me. I just mainly went for them because they have to be the most convenient place for me to go at that given time. We found all the poison stings. The worst enemy of mankind in this game. They didn't even used to give you HP restoration decrease before, but now they do. Like, they actually made that dot to be just annoying to have. It did make antidote potions much more relevant, but God, why would you have such a mechanic? At least it's training us to use our antidote potions and that they exist. Yeah, this route is still pretty clear, so I'm just gonna like go down this one. Hopefully I'm gonna get myself to a good spot with captains. Oh, we can actually see the captains already. You can see those very large looking hoppers. Those are captains. But as you can see here, there isn't that many currently. Like, as soon as we like switch over to captains, there's like only like a few inside, not just like a big stream of them. We just follow this route and suddenly there is not a single captain in sight. Then out of desperation, we follow this path and we end up here. Now, this is like the best captain's farming spot we know. But even this is like not the most ideal spot. I mean, this looks like a pretty good chunk over here, but it's still a pretty bad area with its respawns. There isn't like a good way for rotation in this place. Maybe farming here could suffice for me as solo. Is there more captains over here, by the way? Because I kind of like have checked hoppers before, but I really just want to like, you know, refresh my mind like how good were the spawns in each area. But if captain hoppers are like this decent here, I might actually just stay there instead. What's in the water direction? Oh wait, it's this area. Right, yeah, this one has like normal hoppers in it mostly. Yeah, this ain't fun. We don't want to be in this place. Alright, what about the west then? And just as a quick by the way, these things give me about 0.07% XP. More like 0.068. So not quite on the 7, but still pretty nice. Okay, that lorry leads me to Moosh Boy, so that's pretty much where all the captains are. It's literally just this area. That's all we have for captains. Captains suck, man. But at least this place is now unoccupied. And for one of this actually seems to be a pretty decent spot. I don't know. I checked this place one time before and I understood that this is a good running spot, but I didn't see this many enemies back then here. This one actually seems to be pretty decent. Oh god, the pools. Oh god, yeah, the pools. Hell yeah. Alright, hoppers. It's time for grinding then. I've decided I don't think I should go for the Moosh Boy just yet. I think I'm gonna wait until I'm like 75. Let's put up the damage. Let's put up all the other cool stuff. Oh wait, the Christmas cookies are considered to be the same as upcut stones. Like, I cannot use these two things at the same time. Man, that sucks. Okay, if I can find myself a red egg, I can easily get myself maybe some flasks. Give myself 20 extra strength. And you know, at this point, I do desire I had myself the pickup pet already, but people are hard at selling them nowadays. Simply because how much the drop prices have dropped rapidly, lately. But I mean, the economy at 200 million was never meant to stay. It was only supposed to be a temporary thing caused by the Rise's uproar. But now people are like way too hesitant to selling F coins. Even though it's still better than it used to be before Rise's server came out. But these things only give me like just about 0.1% XP per kill. Actually, it's only like 0.08. What? If I had like 0.068 XP before? Or was it actually 0.058? If that was, then my god. I might actually have better time farming at boost because those things gave me 0.06 when I killed them. Since now it makes sense that it's like 0.058 because I'm getting like 0.087 at the minute. Which would be literally like 50% bonus on 0.058. Okay, so pro tip. Boosts simply just give more XP. Maybe that's why they're more popular. But I don't understand. Why in the hell are they so expensive, the boo poison? Does nobody actually farm there? Well, free money and free XP, so who am I to complain? Okay, gotta be honest. I do gotta give it to Captain Hoppers for having maybe a little bit more mob density than Captain Boost do. And the XP difference is very minuscule compared to Boost, so I think this might still be a better spot to stay in. Besides, having more pre-wings to sell on top of boo poisons would be very nice. Not just boo poison, more variety in the shop. Boos often have a lot of guests coming in. A lot of bots, other people coming in. Hoppers, though, seem to be just completely isolated. So I think, like, in the end, this is more effective, you could say. Although I am a bit sad that I'm not seeing as many hoppers as I saw before. I thought I would just be filled with hoppers all day long. Like, I wonder if, like, the mob density just, like, starts gradually going down. And what I saw earlier was just, like, a remnant of enemies being left alone for so many hours, days. And I won't be seeing the likes of it, like, anytime soon again. No, but do it. Sure. Can you do hoppers? I try kill that. I'm sorry. The level gap is pretty big. I could go boost, maybe, but I can't go much lower than that. And to be honest, there isn't that many monsters for 2 players. No problem, I'm a boss. Like a boss. Alright, well, come on over. If nothing else, you can just heal me whatever you can and keep me buffed. I don't mind even if you're not an authentic FSS remaster. Company's always nice. Well, that's actually a pretty pleasant opportunity. Having someone else play with at the same time. Something I've been looking forward to for a while, but haven't been too lucky to have. I guess if Inhumane doesn't really, like, work it out here, I guess I could try looking for a partner for the time being. I mean, half the level of grinding is still a pretty big difference, so... Or a pretty long time to be grinding, so... Oh, he's already right here. Oh, hello. Oh, I can feel the power! Very nicely. Thank you. A max quickstep? Oh, dude, this guy is a prodigy. Oh, worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it, worth it. And EXP gains increase, maybe? Yeah, did go to a 0.09. Oh, definitely went to like 0.93. Oh, god, that's a pretty godly amount of damage. And let's keep this guy carried at least a little bit. Although whatever carry he's getting is gonna be just mainly not much because of the contribution party XP. He's getting everything. In terms of loot, though, which kind of sucks, but takes away from me having to do all the looting. So I guess I'm just gonna like forget about the loot for now. So how long have you been playing in the server? I come to Chinese. The French server? Was it French? Because I'm French and my English is really bad. Oh, I understand. What made you come here then? All my friends is here. Ah, fair. And I suppose a French server wouldn't be as active. He's actually even saying like server like in a French accent. Server? Definitely not his strong suit. English, I mean. Dogs and 3 cats fight EBAT. So not many players. Many PNG, yes. Yeah, this communication is gonna be tough, man. But I hope we can work it out. Yeah, PNJ. PNJ is player in French. There are more NPCs than players. Oh, I understand what it means. So really quiet. English servers typically perform better. I think we had someone from Chinese too. And they said that it was pretty inactive compared to here. Did you lose much? On a side note, it's actually been a while since we had last had a player interaction on our series. I used to have those a lot during like Mercenary period, but now like the Blade period hasn't been too active. I guess that really says like how many people like stop interacting at these levels or how many actually drop from the game. Oh, that's indeed pretty big. Sorry to hear that. I started here 3 or 4 days ago. Oh, that's nice. Not bad going then. 65 in 4 days is nothing to sneeze at. And assuming that's like on the worst half, like you could have always done in 3 days, which is pretty phenomenal. That takes a lot of time to do regardless, so commendable. Think you'll hit 78 soon again? Should probably take them like a week at its current pace. Come from private service and I know Flyff very well. It's easy. I've had my fair share of private service too. Used to play those a lot back in like 2014, 2018. Oh, you're already 80 at Sunday? Good luck with that. Yeah, I need to go a little bit more simpler on him, just so I don't like cause him to go through too much trouble with English. Oh no. Humane, no, no. I'm sorry, I can't help you there. Rafat 77 say, you stopped the official server merch. You mean you stopped playing then? I just love how I'm like completely running out of buffs and I'm just running completely okay. Okay, no, the lack of buffs gonna stop me from doing anything I need to do. Will help me, but it's not necessary. Oh, I stopped in 2010. A lot of people did. I am used to calling 2007, 2009 the golden years. And a lot of people come from that time period, actually. Is it a private server? No official. Huh. Never seen that server. Maybe because it was French or because it was really old. I don't honestly remember server names back from then. I was really young back in the day. Basically played since launch, but I'm 21 now. My sister helped me to play back then. I have strong memories around Flyff Gold and V15. Like when servers merged into 5 different ones. That's what I remember the most. Don't feel bad. A lot of Flyff players are around their 30s. I'm just an exception. Literally grew up playing Flyff with a baby bottle. The game truly is my childhood. I went to official in 2019. Was pretty horrible at the time. Servers were pretty dead. And it was just so unbalanced. I lost my hope with the game until Flyff Universe came out. I stopped when the servers merged, so that was 2010. I suppose there's been multiple merges, unless it's the same merge. But I think there might have been 2 merges. 2011, yeah. Was it servers like Yeti, Makamachi, etc.? 5 servers. I just love how the guy is just like stuck chatting all the time when I'm just like killing things while talking at the same time. A lot of people actually do bring it up very often how how in the world do I talk and play at the same time so fluently? Like I get that. It's pretty insane for me to be just going around and just typing while playing, but really just like when you get used to the idea that you just attack a monster, then just write a couple of words, then move on. It's something of a habit. Aurora, Genies, Destiny, Euphoria. Maybe there was a French server list separately. Just like how there is currently European and American servers. Yeah, makes sense. Why did you quit on server merge? I'm genuinely curious stuff. Because I don't really remember much from this time, sadly. Like, I didn't really get to witness why the game died back then. So, like, learning from others also is something that I value. And Aurora, it's a great server. Maybe the strongest server in the world, or of the world. Or used to be. Not anymore. Still have friends from back then? Oh god, this Psykeeper altar is very weird. Like, the hoppers behave in such a different way. I guess the pulse has to be causing some sort of a distraction, or it's just a very buggy zone. Right, maybe it's supposed to be protected because it's a Psykeeper priest spot, so Psykeepers don't get attacked if they're doing their job change. No, he doesn't know. That's sad. Would be cool if we still had all French contacts from back then. I guess for the reason that he doesn't do good at English would explain why he has probably never heard of my channel either. Would be funny if he did though, and one day he just realizes that I'm in his video. Or like, he is in my video, not the other way around. This one. Oh, nice. From Flyff or old contact in general. Nice. You both playing now? No. Aw, I see. Would have been cool to reunite. Not everyone has the time to come back to their childhood game. Well, people change. These things happen. Many guys are still in touch though. I don't have anyone from Flyff that I still have from years back. And I could never get my in real life friends into this game. Too grindy apparently, all the while they play RuneScape. One of the most popular MMOs in Finland is definitely RuneScape. Consider that the main complaint is grindiness, then that kind of like just hits in a weird way, since RuneScape is very grindy as well. But then again, it's grindy in a different way. Maybe it's the simplicity of the game, like not having that much variety, what like makes it so demanding for some people. Are you getting decent EXP? Wait, actually, let me say good EXP. That would be a lot easier to understand. You think. Definitely not as good as you would at lower mobs. 0.093% per kill. Running an amp though. And I am at 73% right now, so I'm not complaining. It's a pretty good amount of EXP I've already gotten so far. We'll definitely have to stay around for a while if I want to get myself to 73. 97.78. Ooh. 0.23%. Man, I envy level 65. 7 levels makes so much difference. Also, like, not having that many quests going into 80. That, like, is the biggest stopgap here. Like, this is the part where it's gonna get really tough for anyone that is leveling. Like, this is gonna, like, split the players who are gonna stay and the players who are actually, you know, just gonna drop the game because it gets too grindy. The solo quest available until 80, it's just crazy. Like, the next few episodes after 73 or the... I guess the next episode is gonna have some questing, but the ones after that are gonna be very grind-based. But glad I have the amps for this. Oh... Congrats, buddy. Almost 2k damage now. I suppose that's supposed to be some sort of French laughing. I'm currently at 77%. I'm thinking of calling it a day once I hit 73. Will still take a while though, especially when my amp runs out. Ugh. At least currently I'm getting like a person a minute, so maybe I'll get to like roughly 9%. Honestly, I haven't really been calculating, but that's what I expect I'm getting. Like, I'm killing hoppers in like a few seconds and 0.09% XP. Could probably like shred 10 in a minute. But yeah, I guess that's all that we really had to talk about. The limitations of our language does make it hard to talk about anything more casual. But like for the core basis, I know what this guy's up to. I hope he's gonna get lucky with this leveling spree though. Like he's gonna hit 80 by Sunday. That would be awesome. Maybe I'll friend him just to see that happen. If he's gonna accept me. He probably will, but communicating any further than this is gonna be pretty difficult, honestly. Oh. Am I finally getting my potions? Oh, no. Now, that business is already taking me, like, over 1 million. Glad my drops are giving me that money back, though. But that million would still be nice to save. But I was expecting to get at least 1 flask. 1 flask. That's all I wanted. All I ever wanted. And this is what you do to me, game. Screw you. But yeah, it seems like we have mostly stopped talking for now, so I guess we're just gonna, like, purely focus on grinding. That's what we came to do, after all, and this guy definitely hasn't had much chance to level up. Because of me. But then again, it's an MMO as well, so communication is also a big part of it. Not being serious about leveling 100% at the time, which is fine. Oh, you log off for this evening. Now or after? Oh, no problem. Thanks for joining me. Last buffs? Love to have some. What is that? He actually minus 10'd Alex stuff and historic knuckle. Oh, dude. I was looking at his knuckle for a second. I was like, wait, that is not a guardian knuckle. Thank you. Have a nice evening. Well, time to go serious. Sad I'm gonna be dropping out on some of my XP though, but at least I have my solo government over this leveling zone. That was a pretty refreshing thing though. I wasn't expecting to have anyone to play with during this whole grinding process, but by accident I did have someone to spend time with and did like take away from most of the like toils of the grinding. I didn't really have that much else to really say at this point anyway, because I don't know. Today I'm just like feeling all that talkative. Like, of course I feel talkative, but I don't feel as, you know, as much like my brains are just spilling out and I just kind of like throw up all my ideas out there. Maybe it's because I've been like sleeping only for 5 hours like last night and also spent the whole last night just editing, and also like when I came back from school. It's been a lot of work for me lately. Since my school started this week. So I don't really know how my future uploads are gonna be. I think there might be more inconsistencies with my both series on Moonlighter and on Flyff, but I'm still gonna try to keep the weekly uploads at least for the Flyff series going, and for Moonlighter, I don't know, whenever I get the chance to. Currently the school is still pretty easy, so I should not have too much struggles with that, but we'll see. Overall, I'm feeling just more and more motivated to make more videos. Like, I don't know. I used to have this kind of mentality that I love making videos, but I would like get so tired of making videos at some point. Like, sometimes just getting into editing would just take me like forever, and the whole process would like take me a long time. But now I just like can go into it, just like hyper fixate on it for hours upon hours, and don't feel really too bad about it. Like, I just feel so devoted and happy about editing. Especially since I found my own way to kind of make videos more entertaining, like gameplay videos, not just the guides that I make. Because it can be very hard to make gameplay videos entertaining, and I think you guys can understand that. There's a lot I still gotta leave in for you guys to like follow with what's going on with the game, but there still has to be some additions made. So like the things stay interesting and like some necessary things cut out because otherwise the pacing is gonna be too slow. Finding a great moment to add something funny to the video or something that feels like relevant to keep is kind of hard. It can be hard to like, you know, remove something that you consider content, but from the viewer's perspective, you have to also understand like what things would cause you to be excited, what things would keep you engaged, and what things would in turn just kind of discourage you from continuing. Overall though, now that I've found myself like some more ways to express myself on my videos, on gameplay videos too, not just my guides, I just feel so much more motivated. I also got even more into using sound effects lately, which I'm hoping that will become more of a habit later, because I think sound effects make so much effect on the video, on top of like the music that I can be using occasionally. But still, for the most part, it is still just very raw editing, not doing anything else but jump cuts or maybe like some transitions. Like, very little of the video is actually filled with anything that is especially interesting. But I love the process, and when I get a chance to really just like pour out my creativity, it just makes me really happy. And just like providing content consistently, it just makes me happy. Knowing that I'm doing something that people want to watch, it just like fulfills me in a certain way that I cannot explain really. Because of school, I might have some more inconsistencies coming my way, but I'm still gonna try to hold on to the Noben series as much as I can, and also like keep some more streams running. But there might honestly be weeks where I just cannot. Especially when it comes to the exam periods, or I just get a lot of homework. At this point, I'm just really hoping I'll have enough time in the weekend to like do my homework, so I won't have to worry about it over this week when I actually have to be editing this video under the pressure that I'm gonna be busy on first day and also on Friday. And for perspective, I am recording this now on Tuesday evening. I'm gonna be done with this recording right before the quiet time. Like you can see here, it's 19:19. It's actually 21:19 for me. 40 minutes is quiet time, and I can just like wrap this video just before that happens. So very much a strict schedule here. But if I did not do this recording now, then I would not have had the chance to do it this week. I would just spend all my day tomorrow just recording and then waiting for my editing material to like get loaded up on the editing program. And then on first day I got school, then I gotta go for board games. Then on Friday I got school, and then I got a Borderlands stream with my friend. And then on Saturday we'll just have a Flyff universe stream. And at that point the video should usually be up by then. So not really many windows to make this video at, so I had to make it happen now. But really, I'm not too bothered by that. I'm just like really happy that I get to like occupy my time with something so important to me. Even if it wasn't like relevant in a long shot, like it is of course not a job. It is not something that will like, you know, bring me home the bacon, anything like that. But the kind of like fulfillment from having a purpose field just kind of comes from me making these videos. So I'm really happy to be having this chance to, you know, enjoy myself with an activity that I can like keep to myself and also like share with others. Like YouTube is definitely not something that everyone can take. It's a very arduous, very demanding process, takes a lot of time, takes a lot of patience and marketing, and you cannot really be like, you know, too hungry for views. It's gonna kind of like bite itself back if you like start being too trend seeking, or if you're like looking for just the views, because getting yourself an audience can take a long time, and an audience that actually sticks to what you do. But well, for whatever it's worth, I'm really happy with what I have now, and I'm really excited for what the future has to bring. So really, me putting this much effort into videos that I do now is something that I don't feel too bothered about. Like the fact like I used to make videos only like once maybe every 3 weeks, and now I'm doing them like 1 or 2 a week. It is a pretty rapid change, but it's also because I felt like I wanted to do it. It's something that I've grown into a lot in the past few months I've been doing this, and I'm really happy that you guys have been there to support me. Like, it wouldn't be the same without all of you actually watching the stuff that I do. I know not many of you really care about my Moonlighter series, and that's fine. But I just want to finish the series that I've started because, first of all, I want to finish the game, and also because I kind of hate to do it so that for those people that actually do watch it, they just like will never see the series get finished because I thought like it wasn't popular enough. And I mean, I don't care about the popularity too much. Of course, I hate to make videos that people don't care about and maybe consider like, this guy's content is trash, I don't want to watch this, I'm gonna unsub or something like that. But I still want to consider those people who have already started watching the series. Once I start something, even if it's like the most horrible thing ever, I really just want to finish it at least. Because then there are no regrets to be made on that end. And just because I'm a very big fan of Moonlighter myself, I just rather, you know, deliver it. Because it's something that I want to do. But maybe in the future series, I can be more considerate of what you guys want, on top of what I want, of course. But like finding a middle ground there. I already had some discussion with someone when I was talking about other games I could play last episode. We had some talk about Final Fantasy, and he was actually quite interested in that, so that could actually be a series that I could be looking into sometime in the future. Although I think it would be better off that I actually started with games that are more popular on the series. Like, if I started with the very first Pixel games that don't really have that much story to it, and are not, like, graphically too intensive or engaging, yeah, I don't think people are gonna, like, stick to the rest of them. They're gonna just see, like, first episode of Final Fantasy 1, they're gonna be like, what is this 1980s retro crap, and just never come back to it. Because once you get a first impression, it's just gone. So I might start with one of the more popular parts of the series, like 7, 8, or 10. Probably 10. It is something that is particularly close to my heart, and it has a pretty good remaster on PC. That, if anything, would give a good understanding of what potential the Final Fantasy series has on the channel. Amongst many other games that I could be playing in the future, but that's like a thing that I gotta like decide on later. Like, there's so many games I'm like thinking of, and like there's already a couple from the top of my head that I like wanna consider playing. But then again, I don't wanna like be too revealing about that. I already got like a couple games set up. I don't want to, like, give any promises that I cannot keep because there's so many games. Like, if I even set another game right now, I don't know if I can, like, fulfill that kind of a request in months. Simply because I have so many other games in the train already. But eventually, I'll go by games one by one. And for any new releases that could be awesome to play and try out, would be fun if you could all, like, experience that new game together. Like, you find out about the game and you, like, want to play it yourself. Then you, like, you know, progress event before me because you got much more time than I do with the series. And then you, like, get to see, like, my own experience with the game and, like, share your own thoughts about, like, how you've, like, experienced it from your own pair of eyes. Two individuals can experience the very same game in very different ways. Like, the engagement can be very different at the end of the day. So getting to, like, you know, share the passion for the same game would be a very awesome thing to do. Like we have with MMOs. Like we have with Flyff here. But yeah, that's gonna be more towards the future. I'm gonna be playing something more outdated games. I don't have any new titles that I'm particularly interested in playing right now, or anything that I consider would be worth showing my channel. But then again, I'm very bad about following on what new releases there are. I only find out about them either through friends or through, like, Steam new releases, top sellers, all that kind of stuff, like on the Steam front page. So if there actually was some, like, great new game that just came out, I would probably not know about it. And I would probably just pick up later when I found out how good it is. And to be honest, I'm often a little bit skeptical about playing new games that, like, just came out, because there's usually a lot of bugs that they have to fix, and it kind of, like, you know, deters the first impression gameplay experience. Like, I understand there's a lot of things you kind of flesh out with, like, beta testers. There's a lot you will miss out on, which is the very limited amount of players. And like, a lot of the bugs just, like, come across when you're actually playing the full release, and there's, like, millions of players doing the same thing. But it still is a negative. Like, waiting a week or two, for example, for, like, quick bug fixes will do a lot more for the game quality. But with the trendiness of the platform, or, like, you know, how YouTube tends to be very trend-seeking, like, you will want to be on that stuff or since day one if you want to be riding on the wave with that game. And that's just kind of, like, sad, because that means that if I want to wait for the game to be at its ripest, then the game's popularity is already, like, fallen down, or, like, has gone to some other content creators. And, like, some new creators, like, surfacing on the game will be very difficult. Unless you particularly make some videos that stand out, which would be like guide videos and stuff, but it can be very hard to make guides or anything like that sort about a new game for a while. Depending on the complexity of the game, of course. But that also reflects to how many people would potentially be even interested in a guide about that game in the first place. But yeah, since I am a solo creator and I tend to take a lot of time with my gameplay videos just to, like, make sure they're as entertaining as possible, it will be a pretty slow process for me to start new games, and I hope you guys can understand that. I hope you don't take all the weight as a bad thing, like you think, like, that's a very great thing that you get to see like, see the best, like, serve last. So, like, the patience over the new episode makes the episode all the more worth it. And knowing that the extra time that is put into making the video is made to improve the quality, just so you can enjoy the video a lot more, I hope you guys do understand, like, the value of that. Like, if I were just spewing out like random videos of me playing the game and just like directly like putting those raw materials on YouTube, that would not like get that many viewers. Because YouTube is so much more about quality nowadays. Like, being a gaming YouTuber, a casual one, used to work so well back many years ago. But we've already gone through that. Like, there's so many people right now that know a lot about media and how to manipulate it. So working your way as an ordinary gaming YouTuber doesn't really work out on YouTube anymore. You really have to put, like, extra effort into making those videos engaging. Or somehow make something special that stands out from the other players, like doing the exact same Let's Plays. And I mean, I'm not the type to be really stressed about viewers, but of course, like, I want to have at least somebody watching the stuff that I do. Me spending hours just like make a single video and have nobody watch them, of course, would always be a bummer. Because they were meant to be enjoyed by others than me. Living with that enjoyment all by myself doesn't really, you know, feel all that engaging or satisfying. I want people to have a reason to stick to the channel or to enjoy my gameplay series. Kind of like wish to follow along with what I do. And that can be very hard to achieve in the end because, well, gameplays are long, they are pretty simple at the end of the day. Nothing nearly as engaging as something that is like constructed from head to top with scripts and everything. Like, it's definitely like has a very big quality drop compared to that on YouTube side. Or in, like, media in general. But for whatever I can do to make gameplay more engaging, I'll do at least that much because, well, I value your time, guys. It might not, like, seem that big of a deal for you to just be watching a video that's lasting, like, for over an hour or, like, even at least 30 minutes. Like, you're totally cool with that. But also the notion that out of all the things you could be doing with the 30 minutes, you just decide that you want to listen to this video, you want to watch this video from this specific creator. It is a pretty big standard to give on to, and having so many people enjoy the series and decide that this is what I want to dedicate my time for, it is a phenomenal feeling to me. Like, I'm having a live concert and 1,000 people have booked their tickets. That's like how it feels like. Over 1,000 people are just anticipating my newest creation and just waiting for it to be released and willing to take the time to just watch that above everything else. Maybe not everything else in general, but they're willing to take their time to watch that video, even if it lasted for over an hour. And honestly, there is no greater honor than that to me. Like, I'm touched with so many of you who are like so into the series and want to watch me just blab my mouth and just click things for the next hour. It's insane. But I'm really happy that I get to provide to you guys in a way that's, you know, suits me the best. And I'm really hoping that one of the reasons why you guys decided to hop onto my channel and like stay on board was because you found my videos to be somehow engaging more than just watching somebody else just like play the game directly without any kind of cuts and stuff. Like watching someone just stream their game randomly. Like, streams are fun in their own way, but of course, like, I understand that with streaming just having whatever happening, not like cutting out the boring parts, it can be just a little bit boring. And I hope that me putting all the effort just to make the videos more entertaining has been something that you guys have noticed and something that you've also come to value in the long term. Sure, if people were like, I don't care about the extra edits, you can just like upload the videos and just release them as soon as possible. Well, sure, I can do that too, but I don't think you guys will like that in the end. You guys might not even realize how much editing goes in, because at least half of the content is always cut away from these videos. A lot of the time skips, the random silences, everything that just doesn't seem like it's worth keeping on the video, worth spending like 5 minutes of your life on, I just like cut off. And you might not even have any idea how much that like saves time from you and how much that like helps keeping you guys probably like engaged in the video. Even I wasn't paying that much attention to all the edits that were happening on the video in the past when I didn't used to make videos yet. But now that I've been doing videos for a while, I've actually come quite conscious of people also like doing all their edits. And I noticed like how all these little elements actually just affect the video's quality and entertainment. Like, I could be watching like a video from a regular gaming YouTuber or Markiplier, which is definitely one of my favorite creators out there. I could just watch one of their videos, I could just like see the difference. Like all the funny little gimmicks, all the little cuts, and everything else that just like makes the videos more entertaining, like subtitles when they're necessary, or, you know, someone might consider it difficult to hear something. All those things make the videos so much more entertaining to me. And I've been definitely taking a lot of inspirations from edits that I've like enjoyed a lot. I don't mean to copy, of course, anyone. And of course, I can never copy someone completely. So copying is the wrong word for that. But I do take a lot of inspiration from other editors, like about their ideas, and kind of want to adapt to them, learn what things made videos entertaining for me, and then just like take those to myself and maybe even consider somehow making that editing look like it's my own. Like learning the necessary skills to make good edits and then getting the experience to make the videos look like they're really made by me. Like my edits are discernible to anybody else's. Like you know it's my video when you watch it. But well, I'll definitely be learning a lot about editing over these past few months, and of course, that would not have been the case if I hadn't been doing so much YouTube recently. And well, I guess that surge of motivation is all thanks to you guys for enjoying what I do so much and like keeping me going. I know I'm like being so emotional, not talking about this a lot, but man, always when I'm recording, that's like one of the first things that always pops to my mind. Like, I have no idea how to express to you guys how grateful I am for you guys giving me this kind of a hobby that I get to enjoy with you. It is like just normal gaming, but it's much more transcendent than just playing by yourself or even play with friends. Knowing you have like an audience that like, you know, shares the same joys as you do, and gets excited over those little things that you get excited over. It just, you know, feels so amazing in a way. I cannot really describe it how, but being related to and being enjoyed for doing what I do, like being considered entertaining. Those are like titles that I could have never expected me to get. And I'm really happy that I get to do that for you guys. Because it certainly is not easy. It's a very creative process. It requires a lot of thinking. Creativity is not like a normal job or some monotonous thing you get to do over and over again. Some certain aspects are, but when it comes to like making good edits, oftentimes you're always like on your toes and not just like spacing out, because you have to come up with a very funny gig on something that feels like it has a potential to be something funny, or something that could like make a good edit. Like I remember when I was making my Moonlighter edit yesterday, there was a lot of good points where I just added like some of my own crazy edits and made things epic. Like making this realization and putting the pieces together, it's a very finicky thing that is like very extendo based on your own creativity. Like editing as a skill is one thing, but knowing when to apply those skills is also another skill by itself, and that's the part where creativity comes in. But I guess my goofy and ADHD-ish nature does like help a lot with like making my videos very goofy, and that also does like reflect a lot on my own speaking, like how I tend to speak so fast very often and how I tend to go a little bit out of control. Like to the point where even I cannot understand what I'm saying on a video. But I don't know if you noticed on this video, but I've been trying. I've been trying to like slowly get conscious over my own speaking and how actually my own enthusiasm gets in the way of my speaking being actually good. Not only is it bad to listen to, but I also like make myself a lot of interruptions and like cutting in the train of thought because I'm trying to express something way too quickly, even though there's no reason to. It's not like the moment you just like don't have anything to listen to or something happening like every single second that somebody's just gonna click off. There is a chance to just, you know, take it easy and not be too stressed about like how the video is perceived every single second of it. And I mean, if it does affect the quality of the speaking and the video, then that definitely is a habit you need to get out of. Which is something I've been working on for quite a while now. It's kind of weird editing your own videos. You kind of like pick on these little habits that you have and you want to get out of them. Like me just breathing out randomly when I'm done speaking. Or when I'm like just clicking my tongue by accident. Even I'm not conscious of me like clicking my tongue sometimes. Or very often actually. And then I just like think like it's an annoying background noise that I don't want to cause to anybody else. Because it is extra. It is not something pleasant, and I rather just like learn to minimize that, but all of that takes time. Also learning the confidence to be in front of the camera is also something that's gonna take a while, but I'm hoping to master that someday. I think I am pretty comfortable on camera nowadays, in general, but there are moments when I realize that if I was any better in front of the camera, maybe I would not be so chumpy, maybe I would not be so nervous about starting a recording. Like, honestly, every single time when I start recording, I'm just always so nervous about my starting lines and also like how the video is gonna end out. But once I like get into the rhythm, once I just like do it for like 5-10 minutes, then all my speaking just suddenly like comes out, and then it's just like history. Then the video just happens. But it's a very hard thing, but I am definitely like making a lot of steps forward every single day. when I'm doing this stuff. So I'm looking forward to when I get to improve as a creator and you guys get to see that as well. But yeah, anyway, now that we are done, we got to level 73. I did not even congratulate myself yet on that. Congratulations, Noben. But now we have to look for ourselves maybe some bomb timers, if I can find myself some cheap ones. 4K 49, I'll take that. I just dropped 3, which is bad, but I thought there would be like some good shops for this. These are just very expensive, and so are these. There's like a lot of like these super expensive vendors for some reason, and I don't like it. Oh dear. I guess that means that I won't be doing this for now. I'll be collecting some quest items when I'm doing my vending in between videos. So I'll definitely get like all the items done, and once I am there, I'll just gonna, you know, show at the beginning that I got all the bomb timers, and then we just can turn this in easy. But yeah, sometimes it is better to just be patient if you can be, because paying extra for nothing is not worth it. But really, like here you can see here, like April 7 million. There should definitely be a possibility for me to buy a pickup pet for 170 million by now, but I guess there aren't that many people selling them in general. Well, I'm gonna get that sorted out some other time. Hopefully I'm gonna have the pet up by next week, or not next week, in a couple weeks. Sadly, this is gonna be the last Noben episode before the next guide, so there's gonna be another 2 weeks of waiting. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this little mix of a dungeon run, grinding, questing. A lot of things happened today, and we even found some company, which was very nice. And I'm hoping that the next video is gonna be pretty smooth as well, although I think at this rate we're gonna be stuck in a very long journey of grinding. Like, we're gonna be grinding a lot until 80s. At 80s we're gonna have some more activity again, but it's gonna be still muddled by grinding. But maybe like after the beginning part of 80s, we're gonna be having a faster pace at leveling, and soon we'll reach our ultimate goal, reaching level 90. And getting this character into a conclusion that I'm happy about. But either way, hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Next time, I'll be doing the new quest that we got access to, which I think I can show you over here. There you can see here, level 73 quest. We got a couple quests to do, and we're gonna be doing some more grinding. Next goal, level 75. We'll see how that's gonna go, but hopefully it's gonna be very damn smooth. But until the next time, guys, it's bye-bye.